Walter White is officially back in 2026. Yes, you heard that right. The name that became one of the most iconic characters in television history is suddenly back in the news, and fans of Breaking Bad are already asking the same question. Is Bryan Cranston coming back as Heisenberg? Is Breaking Bad secretly returning? Is season 6 finally happening? Well, not exactly. There is a brand new Breaking Bad development happening this year, and Walter White is at the center of it. But there is one huge catch that fans need to know before getting too excited. So today we are breaking down exactly what is happening, why Walter White is back in the headlines, what Bryan Cranston has previously said about returning, and whether this could eventually lead to something much bigger. Let's get into it. The Breaking Bad franchise is officially expanding again in 2026, and one of the biggest names connected to that expansion is of course Walter White. Recently, reports revealed a new wave of Breaking Bad releases featuring some of franchise's most famous characters, including Walter White and his Heisenberg persona. This is why headline sounds so shocking. Breaking Bad officially bring back Walter White. And honestly, that headline is perfect for getting fans' attention. Because Walter White is not just another TV character. He is one of the most recognizable characters in modern television. From a quiet chemistry teacher to Heisenberg, the one of the most feared drug kingpins in Albuquerque. Walter White's transformation became the heart of Breaking Bad. And even though the original series ended years ago, the character is still powerful enough to generate headlines whenever his name appears. But here is where things get interesting. In this, the part we need to make very clear. There is currently no official announcement of a new Breaking Bad Season 6 starting Bryan Cranston. And there is no confirmed new Breaking Bad movie bringing Walter White back into the main story. In fact, Bryan Cranston himself addressed this exact question earlier this year. When asked about returning as Walter White in a possible Breaking Bad reboot, Cranston made his position pretty clear. He basically said that Walter White was done. And that makes sense when you remember how Walter's story ended. The character received a complete beginning, middle, and ending. His journey from Walter White to Heisenberg was finished. And Vince Gilligan has always been very careful about expanding this universe without destroying what made the original story special. So if you are seeing headlines saying Walter White is returning, don't immediately assume that means Bryan Cranston has signed up for a new season, because that's not what has been officially confirmed. So what exactly is happening? The answer is the Breaking Bad franchise itself. The world of Breaking Bad is still being expanded through new franchise releases, licensing, collectibles, and fan experience. And this latest 2026 release brings Walter White and other iconic characters back into the spotlight. That includes characters like Jesse Pinkman, Gus Fring, and Saul Goodman. And this is not random. The Breaking Bad brand is still incredibly valuable. The original series finished its run more than a decade ago, but fans have not stopped talking about it. Better Call Saul expanded the universe. El Camino gave Jesse Pinkman another chapter, and even years later, Walter White remains the face of the entire franchise. So bringing the character back through new official franchise product is an easy way to keep the Breaking Bad brand alive. And that's exactly what appears to be happening here. Now here is where we can have some fun. Could this eventually lead to another Breaking Bad project? Technically anything is possible. But right now we should not treat speculation as confirmation. There is no official announcement saying Breaking Bad Season 6 is coming, and honestly, I think that's probably a good thing. Because the original ending is one of the strongest ending television has ever produced. Walter White's story did not need another season. The character did not need to survive. And the character don't need to keep bringing him back just because fans want more. But there is another possibility. The Breaking Bad universe could continue through completely different characters. That's already something the franchise proved with Better Call Saul instead of simply making another Walter White story. The creator could explore another corner of this universe. Different criminals, different locations, different character. Maybe even a story taking place before or after the original series. And that would be much more interesting than simply undoing Walter White's ending. And this is exactly why today's news is getting attention. Walter White may be finished as a character, but he is definitely not forgotten. The character become a part of pop culture. The hat, the glasses, the yellow hazmat suit, the Heisenberg name, and of course, I am the danger. These images and movement become instantly recognizable, and every time something new connected to Walter White appears, fans immediately start wondering, could Heisenberg return? That's the power of the character. Even without a new season, Walter White still sells, he still trends, and he still gets people talking. So here is the truth. Yes, Walter White is officially back in the Breaking Bad franchise in 2026. But no, this does not currently mean Bryan Cranston is returning for Breaking Bad Season 6. It's a new franchise expansion featuring the iconic character. While Cranston has previously indicated that Walter White's story is finished. And honestly, I think that's the most interesting part because it shows that even after all these years, Heisenberg still has a power. The real question now is not, is Walter White coming back? The real question is, could the Breaking Bad universe eventually return with a brand new story? And if that happens, you already know fans are going to lose their minds. So tell me in the comment, would you actually want Bryan Cranston to return as Walter White? Or should Heisenberg stay finished forever? And if you want more breaking movies and TV news, make sure to subscribe, Screen Chat with Azhar. I will see you in the next one.